She tells him, ooh, love, no one's ever gonna hurt you, love. I'm gonna give you all of my love. Nobody matters like you.
Hey guys, Musa here, and today I'm bringing you my weekly NFL predictions. Now, without further ado, let's get started. Now, let's kick it off with the Los Angeles Rams taking on the Seattle Seahawks. And I have the Seattle Seahawks winning this 26-24, as even though Seattle has a horrible defense, I think Seattle could still pull off the win against the Los Angeles Rams, regardless of that. But it is a fact that most likely there is a chance that the Rams will take this win because of Seattle's defense. Although, I think that Seattle's offense will come back in the end. Now, on to the first London game of the NFL season, and that is the New York Jets taking on the Atlanta Falcons. And I think the Falcons win this 27-23. I know the Falcons have not had a good season this year, but neither had the Jets, to be honest. But I think this is going to be an interesting matchup because both teams aren't great. But I think that this is going to be an offensive showdown between Matt Ryan and Zach Wilson. I think that this is going to be a game where defenses don't matter at all, but the offenses do, and I think that the offense of the Atlanta Falcons will take the win. Now, on to our next game, which is the Detroit Lions taking on the Minnesota Vikings, and I think the Vikings win it 20-17. Now, the Vikings, just like the Lions, haven't been good at all, but they have defeated teams like the Seattle Seahawks. Now, I still think that the Seattle Seahawks was a fluke game. I don't know what happened. It was mostly the defense of Seattle that screwed that up. But I think against the Detroit Lions, this is going to be a very good game for the Minnesota Vikings, although the Lions will stay with their losing streak. Now, on to the next game, the New Orleans Saints taking on the Washington Football Team. And I think the Saints lose this 23-28. I think that the Washington Football Team will most likely take the win. Honestly, Taylor Heineke has been doing well for the Washington Football Team. And I think that the New Orleans Saints have been doing well with Jameis Winston some weeks. But I still think that this game is going to be interesting to watch. And I think that the Washington Football Team will take the win. Now, on to the New England Patriots taking on the Houston Texans. And honestly, a 17-10 win for the Patriots. I think that this game is going to be a game where Mac Jones is just going to be alright. And I think that the defense of the Patriots will lock down the Houston Texans. Davis Mills or Tyrod Taylor, doesn't matter. I think the Patriots take the win on Sunday. Now, on to our next game, which is the Miami Dolphins taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, the Bucs win it 48-14. This is going to be a blowout. Brady will destroy the Dolphins like he's done in the past when he was in New England. But honestly, I think that the Bucs defense is just too strong for that Miami offense. And especially if Brett Hundley is going to be the starting quarterback. Because I think Tua Tagovailoa will most likely have a better option than the backup Brett Hundley. Because honestly, I think that Tua has a better skills than Brett Hundley. That honestly, I know he's injury prone, but still, regardless of even if Tua had played, I think that this would just be a closer game than everyone would think. But the Buccaneers will still end up winning the game. Now, up next, we got the Green Bay Packers taking on the Cincinnati Bengals, and Aaron Rodgers and the Packers take it 34-10. I think that Joe Burrow is going to just have a tough game this week against that Packer D. But that Packer offense, even though I believe they could have an incredible game against that Bengals defense, I still think that there is a slight opportunity that Cincinnati actually comes up with a clutch win against the Packers. It's not impossible. We've seen the Saints beat the Packers easily in a blowout. I think it's not possible. I don't think it's not possible that the Bengals could come back and win this game against the Packers, but I think the Packers will win it. Now, on to the Denver Broncos taking on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I think the Broncos win it 14-13. The Steelers are just not impressive. They're dead last in their division, losing to the Bengals. Honestly, losing to the Bengals. The only win the Steelers have is against the Bills, and that was a lucky win in week 1, because honestly, ever since then, the Steelers have been trash, and that's what they will be in this game. Although they'll keep it close, if Teddy Bridgewater doesn't play, it'll be close, but it'll still be a Broncos win. Now on to the Philadelphia Eagles taking on the Carolina Panthers, and the Panthers win it 24-17. I think that this game, Sam Darnold will struggle. He will, but he'll still pull out the win. I think he still will. But that doesn't mean that Eagles offense can't do something. But I'm still leaning more on the Panthers winning this rather than the Eagles. Now on to the Tennessee Titans taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. Titans win it 24-6. Honestly, Jacksonville's just not going to be good against the Titans. If the Titans lose to the Jaguars, honestly, this would just be a weird season, because honestly, I don't think that the Jacksonville Jaguars, even though they have Trevor Lawrence, are going to beat A.J. Brown if he plays, Julio Jones if he plays, and Derrick Henry. And honestly, Ryan Tannehill has been a good quarterback as well, and that Titans D has been good as well. But I still lean that there might be a chance, but I still think that the Titans will win it anyways. Now on to the Cleveland Browns taking on the Los Angeles Chargers, and the Browns win it 24-23. Both teams are incredible, but I think that the one that sneaks out the win is the Cleveland Browns, because honestly, the Browns are honestly a playoff contender 100%, but so are the Chargers. They're the number 1 team in the AFC West, but that doesn't mean that they're a good team or better than the Cleveland Browns. Yes, they can be the top in their division, but that still doesn't mean anything, because you got some good teams in Las Vegas, and also Denver, kinda, maybe, and Kansas City in that division. And honestly, even though the Browns have something similar with the Ravens and possibly the Steelers and Bengals, it's still different. I still think the Browns will take the win anyways in this matchup. Now, on to the Chicago Bears taking on the Las Vegas Raiders, and the Raiders win it 28-17. Honestly, even though Justin Fields will remain the starter, I still think that the Raiders are a better team on both offense and defense. They will school the Bears in this matchup, although maybe Justin Fields gets his first career win here against the Raiders. Now, on to the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Arizona Cardinals, and the Cardinals will remain undefeated as the only undefeated team, as they will win 30-24 over the 49ers. And honestly, even though I hate to say that the Arizona Cardinals will remain undefeated, I feel like that's going to happen. I feel that. Even though the 49ers are a good team, they are. But that doesn't mean that the Arizona Cardinals aren't a good team either. I believe both teams are good, but I think the better team is Arizona right now. Now, on to the New York Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys, and that's a 23-10 win for the Dallas Cowboys. I think that the Dallas Cowboys will win this over the Giants, mostly because the Giants on offense and defense will struggle against this Cowboy offense and defense, because honestly, the Giants have not been a good team at all this year, and only winning their first game against the Falcons. To be honest, I think that this is going to be a struggling year for the Giants. They will not make the playoffs this year, although anything is possible. Now on Sunday Night Football, we got the Kansas City Chiefs versus the number 1 team in the AFC, the Buffalo Bills. Well, in my opinion. But I'm going to just say this, 35-33 Buffalo wins. I think that Kansas City, even though they could actually win this game, I think that Kansas City will be outgunned by that Buffalo offense. I think that Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, and honestly every single running back on that team, they're just going to smoke the Chiefs on offense Then when it comes to the Bills defense against the Chiefs offense, it's also going to be a tough game for them because of Patrick Mahomes and all those guys he has to throw to, and Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the backfield. But I still think that the Chiefs will still end up losing this game in a 2-point conversion. Now, finally, we got the Indianapolis Colts and the Baltimore Ravens on Monday Night Football, and I think that the Ravens win it 34-13. There's no doubt. I think Lamar Jackson's just going to smoke these guys. Hollywood Brown's going to smoke these guys. And honestly, I'm going to say this. That defense will keep Carson Wentz in check. I think that Carson Wentz is going to be irrelevant for this game. And honestly, I will be surprised if the Colts win this game. Now, that was it for this video. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Tweet me any video ideas. Also, tell me down in the comments below, who do you think is going to win on Sunday, Monday, and on Thursday tonight? Tell me down in the comments below. Now, like this video if you liked it, subscribe, and hit the notification if you want more videos. And I'll see you guys next time.